Another win today. You guys are stringing together a few wins, which is good.
Yeah, we're really pleased with where they're at. I think we're 4-2 after today, and it's a good start to the year. It's been well documented that we've got some injuries, but our young players are coming in and playing really good footy. So we'll continue to invest in those guys. Probably wasn't the prettiest game to watch today, but I thought our contested ball and clearance stuff was great, and it's becoming a real feature of our game so far. I thought our transition at times when the ball got out of our forward 50 was really good as well. So some good things today. We take the 4 points and move on.
Yeah, the game did start pretty slowly, but you guys after sort of quarter time really controlled the tempo of the game.
Yeah, I thought the game was pretty nip and tuck in the first quarter. They actually had a disappointing result last week, and I thought they came out with some real endeavour and hunted us a bit. We thought that they were going to do that, but look, to our boys' credit, they really played well against with the breeze, and we were able to lock the ball deep inside our half for long periods of time. We just probably didn't get the score on the board, either through kicking through the behinds or, we probably need to be a little bit smarter with our entries inside 50. But look, if you did inside 50s and time in forward half, I think we'd be well in front. So that's a good result for us.
Yeah, what worked well for you guys defensively today, being able to keep it in your forward half?
Yeah, well, we think our forwards individually, they've all got really good speed and they're big bodies. So you're looking at Nilden, Dickinson, Castle, Silver, Cunliffe, those boys are really good at locking the ball in, and they did that again today. I thought there was patches against Glenorchy where we showed that. Today they were obviously extremely good. Probably conditions help as well. The Tigers like to get back behind the ball and really launch their attack from deep inside 50. So we talked about sort of denying them the switch ball and the short 45s, forcing them down the line, and then trying to play the game in our half, which we did really well today.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the cleanest game you've ever played in. Did you think the conditions played a part in that, or was it just?
Yeah, I thought the ball was really slippery in the first half. There was a little bit of water on the ground. The balls were obviously new, so it was pretty tough to pick up. I thought the game probably got a little bit cleaner. There's a lot of numbers around the ball as well. It was played predominantly in our half, and you've got 44 players in. Oh, sorry, you've got 36 in. A small amount of space means that it's not going to be too slick. That was probably the reason behind that.
As you said before, you've got a good record of 4-2, really gunning for one of those top spots and possibly even final. Yeah,
that's exactly right. I think you need to probably finish in the top 3 this year. It's obviously really beneficial with the 2 cracks at a final. So we need to give ourselves that opportunity. But as long as we continue to grow and develop, which I think we've been doing through the first 6 games, we've got a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong. But it is starting to tick our way, which is nice, and the guys are starting to get some really reward for their effort.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, guys.
So a disappointing result today, Trent?
Yeah, I think we identified downstairs. We probably played in maybe 1 or 2 3-minute patches in each quarter, and 6 minutes of footy out of 30 in each quarter is not going to get you anywhere near the mark. Which was evident in the final score. We thought we started well. We had a lot of inside 50s early, and we were able to get our first hands on the ball, but we weren't able to put scoreboard pressure on, and then we leaked red time goals in the first quarter, and then I think by quarter time there was a little bit of mindset stuff where we were down, and our second quarter was horrible. It was probably the worst quarter of footy that we've played this year. Rectified a few things with our shape in the 3rd and 4th, but like I said, we probably only played maybe 2 3-minute patches in each quarter, which were okay, which against a good team like Clarence, isn't going to get the job done.
Yeah. What did you identify that you didn't really do consistently enough over the course of the game?
I think it was more so with the way we ended the ball coming out of stoppage and what we had to kick to and our shape forward of the ball. We thought we got it okay for 3 quarters of the game, but by the time we got it right in the second half, to be honest, the horse had already bolted. If we tidy that up, it was okay. Like, I thought we played well to the conditions early. It was always going to be a little bit old-fashioned, a bit of bash and crash and move it forward, while the sort of rain was still hanging about. But it was just one of those days. Nothing really seemed to work.
Yeah, the conditions were particularly testing. It wasn't the cleanest game of footy I've ever seen. Did you guys feel that they that was one of the contributors to you guys not being able to move the ball at all?
We probably thought we were okay in that at contest and at stoppage. With I think like I identified in the media during the week that there's some good players going through there on both teams, like with Jeromey and Jackson against Matthews, Campbell, Clifford. I think that broke even pretty much all day. Like the stoppage, there was no point in the game or any quarter where stoppage was -6 or +6 for either team. I thought some of our ball retention out of the back line was okay. I think both teams as well. It was just, little bits and pieces where we broke down with, the fourth or fifth kick coming out, which, didn't work well for us today.
Third of the way into the season, what are the things that you guys from today have identified that you need to work on to push for that last final spot?
We thought a little bit, we did talk about that as a group. We thought a little bit of our basic stuff, and that stands out on a day like today where it is a little bit more, not dewy, but it's a bit wet, like getting a ground ball and going through it, not fumbling. We thought we fumbled the footy a lot today, especially under pressure. And the good teams, they crucify you for that as well. We're still a young group and a group coming together, still learning to play together. So, in that, there's always going to be some growing pains with that. We've played everyone once and we've only won one game, which is not where we want to be sitting. We've had moments of competitiveness against really good teams, but it's finding that consistency over 4 quarters, week by week, as well. We've been able to introduce some, especially over the last couple of weeks with some of our injuries and suspension, which, happens. We've been able to introduce some debutants, which is really good, and give some guys a taste of senior footy, maybe before they're ready for it. But, if you do play them before you need them, when you do need them, it helps out. It helps their development. So when we do start to get a bit of that shape with our personnel back, they'll go back to the Mercury Cup full of confidence, which will just help our club as a whole as well on the journey, which is one of those oft used cliches these days.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, thanks guys.